Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Motors for the Masses, and today was supposed to be another bike build video, and we were going to start rebuilding the bike, putting the engine back in and measuring up the exhaust. Unfortunately, due to the weather, we've had to change our plans, so I thought this would be a perfect time to introduce you to our next project. So let's pop in that garage and have a look at it. And here it is. Do you know what it is? I'm sure you do. It's a 1971 Mach 1 Mustang. Let's open that door and have a better look. Now I'm sure you knew by the title what it was, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more detail about what's going to be happening with it and the condition that we found this car in. It's unbelievable. Well, already we've hit along a little snag. Now, as you can imagine, this car's been in here a while, and you can probably see by the angle that tyre's not only flat, it's popped off its rim. So it's not going anywhere with these wheels on at the moment, so I'm going to have to go online and see if I can get some cheap wheels just to stick it on for now. But we can still show you around the car because there's plenty of room. So let's have a look. Fail. Now, according to the door plate, this car was built in January 1971, and it was built for export, so it was always planning to come to the UK, and it did. So the car landed here in 1971 and it became a 1971 Mach 1 registered in the UK, even though it's left-hand drive. However, it was then used on the road for quite a while, but stuck in a garage, and it didn't move for 22 years. In that time, the engine disappeared, and when I got the car, I had one block, 4 heads, 2 sets of exhausts, and no sort of identification as to what it all was. So what I've done is thought I could go with a 351 Cleveland, because this car had originally a 351 Cleveland 4V engine. But then I thought, no, perfect opportunity to upgrade. So I found myself, and it's currently being built for me, so it's on the way, a 1971, I believe, 429, and that is a 7.2 litre V8. It's been modified as well, so it's not going to be standard, and it's going to have thumper cams in it, and it's going to have Dove C heads, and it's got some other lovely upgrades which I shall go into in more detail when the engine arrives. But for now, it's going to be pretty damn sweet, and that's on its way. When I say on its way, it's currently being built and then it'll be delivered, so very excited about that. The car came with a full interior, and when I ripped out all the carpet, I was expecting to see a bit of a horror story. However, I was pleasantly surprised, because having looked through, despite all this little black bit and this surface brown rusty stuff, there's only one rust hole, and that is there. That's it. The rest is completely and utterly solid. And I'm absolutely astounded by that. Everywhere, and I've been over this car with a fine tooth comb, and there's no rust and no rot and nothing broken or anything. Nothing missing. Everything's complete. Even that surface rust in the boot there is just a bit of emery cloth or steel wool that's gone rusty. The boot is still solid. The sides are still solid. There's lots of gunk where they've all caked it in stuff to keep it protected. But other than that, it's in damn good shape. And I feel so lucky, because a lot of these cars were rotten as hell. Even in there, look, it's just a bit of surface, but that's it. Nothing else. So it's a fantastic base to start with. Of course, I have to get some wheels now and some tyres, but that's no big deal. They're easy to find. So even the wheel wells, they may have been replaced at some point, but they've been covered up with a load of black tarry gunk to protect it. Even the roof, pretty damn solid. I'm extremely chuffed with that. I feel very lucky. Doors, even the bottom of the doors, look. And the same on the other side. Now, I even thought when I got this car, well, the wheel arches are bound to be rotten. They always are. But no, there's a couple of bit surface stuff, but there's no rot at all inside the wheel arches. All fine. Fantastic. Not even on the boot. I even love these slot mag wheels. Big fan of those. Of course it will need new tyres because it's sat on these for years. And the other ones disappeared. But I want to get something similar. I like these wheels. I like these tyres. I like the way they sit flush with the wheel arches. Nice and chunky. Can't beat a bit of chunk on a Mustang. So what is the plan for this car? Well, I want to keep it pretty standard, and by that I mean the interior. I want to go with a white or cream interior because the colour I'm going to go for is going to be very dark metallic purple. Now, a lot of people have said the grabber blue and silver is quite rare, and I know it's quite rare, but I've been searching all my life for a Mach 1 Mustang, and I've got the opportunity to have one now, and I want this car forever. I can't see it going anywhere. So I want it to be exactly how I want it, and dark metallic purple has to be it. I like the slot mags. I'm not going to go with the big modern 20-inch wheels or the chromes or anything like that. I want to keep it pretty standard. The exhaust is going to be long tube headers and then straight through with possibly a cherry bomb style centre box, and that's it. So it's going to be loud, it's going to be burbly, it's going to be muscular, it's going to be awesome. Running off a 429, oh yes please, I cannot wait to get started. And this is going to come after the bike. But let me show you what's in here now. Are you ready? In here is nothing! That's right. Sorry, I can't lift the bonnet up because there's a cupboard in the way, and I can't move the car back because there's no tyres. There's a torque converter and there's a gearbox. I've got two of those. I think they're C4s. I haven't been able to get in there and have a look, but ideally I want a C6 to go onto the 429. And apart from a few cobwebs, there's nothing else in here. The alternator, but I've got a new one of those already. And that's about it. Even this front piece has been replaced before I got the car. So everything is there, complete. I've even got the spoiler and the front lip valance to go on it as well. And look, no rot on the inner wings. Nothing whatsoever. I apologise for the knocks, but that is because I'm trying to turn it inside a tiny space because of a cupboard. I am so chuffed. It's a fantastic base to start with. See, look, cupboard in the way. I did plan on moving the car backwards, but you know why. So there we go. 1993, that is, I believe, when the car was last on the road. Now, of course I'm aware this is going to be a lot of work. Someone has tried to fill in what looks like a dent on here, not very well, and that one needs sorting out, but it's nothing compared to welding bits into the door. The roof has got a couple of knocks in it, like here, but again, these are things that can be sorted out, no problem. The glass is all there, it's not scratched up, it's had stuff on it and needs a good clean, but other than that, it's all pretty good. The rubber, again, I have it all, and it's all in pretty damn good condition. I might replace it, I don't know. There is a hole for the aerial. That's where the aerial used to be, and I will weld a piece on the inside and fill that because I don't want an aerial there because they look bloody awful. Now, in the back where the rear side lights were, there was a newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, so someone who can afford to run a Mustang back then. And the date on this is the 15th of February, not too far from now, 1996. So that seems to be the last time they sprayed that back end with primer, was 1996, and the car hasn't moved since. So it's time to get this back on the road. What do you think? Now, of course, we will be doing a step-by-step restoration video of this car from start to finish, and that will include everything: fitting the engine, getting the engine, sorting the car out, and actually getting it on the road in the end. I don't know how long it'll take, but it's going to be a great video. And in the meantime, we've still got the other things to go as well. We've still got bike reviews, we've still got car reviews, we've got my motorbike, which is going to be the first one we do before we even start this, and we've got another project on the go as well, and Malcolm's got his own project, so we'll reveal those a little bit later. But until next time, when normal service should be resumed, as long as the snow is subsiding at least, so Malcolm feels brave enough to plough through it, ride and drive carefully, if indeed you dare ride at all in this weather, but have fun, maybe on a sledge. Until then, take care. Bye bye.